Hi, I'm Rachel Elnor. I'm an entrepreneur, an award-winning business mentor, and I'm the co-creator of Source TV. I'm a great fan of online products. Firstly, because they are a great way to get your work to a much wider audience at a fraction of the cost of dealing with you one-to-one. And secondly, once you've gone to the trouble of creating them, they're fully automated and can sit there generating you revenue streams indefinitely. Now, here's an interesting statistic. In a recent article, Forbes said the online learning industry was poised to create $107 billion in 2015. So that means that online programs are a massive market. That said, however, a bit like books, not every online product is successful. And so I have created this video to help you scope and create an online product which will really resonate with your tribe and which you can really have some success with. The first online product I ever created was Business Alchemy back in 2012. It was a simple 28-day video program designed to help you transform your financial fortunes, and I launched it at the special promotional price of £8. I ran that first program for a few months, got a whole load of feedback, and then I refilmed and completely recreated it a few months later. Business Alchemy sold well over 1,000 copies, and the lifetime value of the tribe that it created was worth well over £100,000. So online products are a great way to attract new people into your orbit, and then you can upsell them and you can bring them along on whatever journey they want to take with you. The second product I created was called Feng Shui for Prosperity. And this was another very simple 8-video product, again, which I sold for £8. And I actually created it just to demonstrate how easy and fast it was to get an online product live on the Source platform. And I created it within just 24 hours. What I didn't realize was that it would go on to become the best-selling product on Source TV during 2014, even eclipsing the Business Alchemy 2014 revised version I launched that year. So it was a surprise success, and it really captured the imagination of my target market. The third product which I had huge success with was Affluence 2015, launched on the 1st of January, which within 5 days became the best-selling online product on the Source platform ever. And one of the reasons why I believe it was so successful, certainly that first launch, was that I did quite an innovative pricing. I launched it on pay what you can pricing, and people nominated their own price. And those nominations came in from between 15 pence at the most derisory end of the spectrum through to £80 at the other end of the spectrum. And I then settled the price at £15, and that product still sells very well, and it has also had incredibly great feedback. But not all online products work. We also created Metaphysics for Cynics last year, which didn't really capture the imagination. Ironically, that program took the longest of all 4 to actually put together and create. So it just goes to show not every product's going to be a success, but if you keep on creating and you keep on trialing, testing and learning, you will get to a formula that works. So just to take you through some business marketing basics. If you imagine that this square represents your existing business, this is the amount of business you're currently doing, the amount of money you're currently making, there are 2 ways that you can expand your business. You can either find new customers for your existing products, or you can create new products for your existing customers. And so creating online products is a great way to generate revenue streams, but it's safest to do that when you're basing it on your existing tribe of people. The mistake a lot of people make is they think about creating a new product for new customers, And essentially, that is the riskiest square in that expansion box to go into, and that is the place you are most likely to fail. So I would say, look at what is already working for you. Look at where the magic is. Look at your core target customer. Is there a book you've written that is really popular? Is there a workshop program you're already running that people really, really love? What have you already got that you could potentially take into creating an online product, rather than creating something completely new and out there that you think on a whim is going to work? So a really good starting point is finding out, what are your existing customers? What are they really struggling with? What do they really need help with? And if you can create an online product around that, you are far more likely to have success with it. So look at what is already cooking in your kitchen. Now, a lot of people say to me, I do psychic readings and there's no way that I could possibly create an online product version of them. But maybe there's a way you could create a program about how to help people to develop their psychic muscle. Maybe there's a program around helping people to actually step into a world of becoming a psychic or a medium. There's all sorts of ways that you can use your knowledge and your expertise to help others on their journey. And that doesn't always have to be in a business to consumer context. You could be helping other thought leaders and other transformational teachers to improve their way of working. Here's a great example of someone who took an existing concept they were having success with and turned it into an online program. Moira Bush is a spiritual entrepreneur. Moira was having great success with her 3-day course, God and Money, which sold for £600. Moira decided to create a 7-day simplified online version of it, which she sold for just £11, which attracted hundreds of new clients to her business, many of whom then went on to actually book onto the full 3-day program. So once you've got your basic idea, the next stage is to mind map it. So to work out all of the different elements of the teachings that you would need to include to take people on that transformational process. Now, the biggest challenge that I come across with people creating online products is they want to include everything, including the kitchen sink. Whilst it's good to brainstorm, then you really need to come down and simplify the process to only the bare bones that are needed to make one simple transformation for your customer. So your online product should be the first step on people's journey with you, not the whole journey. And that's why at Source we really advocate that you do a low-cost introductory online product which really allows people to just have a taster of your energy, and from there, if they like you, then they can go on to work more intensely with you, to do one-to-one work with you, and maybe you could create deeper, more advanced programs for people who've come through the introductory program. Just remember, the value of the transaction is in the lifetime value of your customer, not in their first purchase. And we have found through doing a year's worth of trialing and testing on the Source platform, if you price your introductory online product at less than £10, it will sell incredibly well and it becomes a no-brainer. Price it between £10 and £20, people have to think a bit more. Price it above £20 and people have to really, really want it. So you're far better to do a simple, low-cost introductory product and then upsell people through other programs from that point than to try to make lots of money out of this introductory online program. That's not to say there aren't people out there doing courses for hundreds of dollars, but we have found in our experience far better to start people with a taster. The other really key thing when you're creating your content is to think of one core key target customer that you are creating for. Because when you start writing your copy and creating your videos or audios or whatever other content you decide to create, when you actually create it with one person in mind, as if you're speaking personally from you to her, then you create an emotional intensity in all of your content. And that is very, very engaging, and it's very, very attractive because it feels intimate and it feels special and it feels like I've got a personal relationship with you. Firstly, you can do simple videos to camera. Secondly, you can do videos from screen like the one I'm doing, where I've created a PowerPoint presentation and I'm doing a voiceover with it. And to do this, I'm using a piece of software called ScreenFlow. Now, we really advocate using video to the max because it is the best way to get across your message. The third great way to put video content in is to interview other people. Think about who are the experts in your field. Are there some Skype interviews you could include? Could you do some one-to-one interviews with thought leaders that would help to enhance your content? There's also audios, and we'd really suggest if you're going to do audio content that you make it into a video just using a holding slide and put it onto the Vimeo platform, which we'll explain in a second. And of course, then you can just also give people printable content. For example, the Business Alchemy workbook was just a PDF that people could print off, or you could do simple PDFs on each day. And there is the logo of the ScreenFlow software in case you're interested in investing that. It costs about £60 and it's an absolutely fantastic investment because it allows you to create videos based on whatever is playing on your computer screen. If you're going to do video to camera, I would really recommend looking at some of the work of Jeff Owen. He's one of the Source stars. He's done a great online product called From Fear to Flow, the 5 Fatal Fear Factors, and that's at Source TV Jeffrey Owen. Or you can go to his website, jeffreyowen.com, where there's loads of free content. And he will really help you to be able to speak to camera without having to script it and really be able to speak from the heart and with passion without having to try to remember your lines, which is one of the biggest traps that people fall into when they're doing this kind of online video work. So well worth taking a look at Jeff Owen. The other big thing to remember and really think carefully about is your background and the way that you look, because only 5% of your message is in the words. So does your background, does your look, does your makeup, does the way you dress support the message? And just to illustrate that, I just pulled these 4 video stills off of YouTube. They are all people talking about how to be happy. And just look at the difference in the way that the screen is laid out, what the backgrounds are saying, what the people look like. Really, really fascinating. So give a lot of thought to how you dress your set, how you dress yourself, the clothes you wear, the colors you wear, the makeup you wear. What is it saying to your customer, to your audience? Is it saying, I'm a happy person? You know, of these 4 people, who looks the happiest? Interesting question, isn't it? So think about your message and think about how every element of your online product is either echoing that message or detracting from that message. So well worth really giving some thought to that, because it's not just about selling the product, it's about taking people on the journey right through to the end of your program. It's about people completing your program, experiencing a transformation, and then telling everyone they know about it. Your customers are your biggest and best marketing department. We recommend that you put all of your video content on Vimeo. The reason is you can hide the content from Vimeo, and that's really important when you're creating paid for programs. You don't want your videos to be available for anyone to see. We use the Vimeo platform because it's really great at giving you that additional privacy, though you will need to invest in either the Vimeo Plus or Vimeo Pro platforms, which again are about a £60 investment, but they allow you to hide your content, which is really useful. And when you first log on to the Source Online Product Creator, you get a quick start video which shows you about how to scope and create your content and how to add it to the system. That video is there to give you a lot more detailed information about how to get your product live on the Source platform. And if you're a technophobe, do not worry, we are here to help you. There's a saying in the technology development sector, if you're not embarrassed by the first version of your product, you spent too long on it. Far better to create something, get it out to your tribe, allow them to beta test it and feed back to you with a safe group of people so that you can improve it and make it really, really brilliant for the second version. So too many people spend days, weeks, months striving for perfection. Sometimes far better, just get something done, get it out there and take the product development from there. If you need any help, I'm available every Monday at 12 noon UK time for a drop-in session. They're free for all members of the Source Inner Circle, where I will help you to scope, to create, to price, and to think about the marketing of your online product. If you want to join the Source Inner Circle, all the details are at source.tv/inner-circle. We are absolutely dedicated to helping thought leaders, transformational coaches, and metaphysical teachers get their messages to a far wider audience.